Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and to the unboxing video for the Airfix 172 scale World War II RAF bomber resupply set. Okay, this so we are now going to make a at least some sort of start on the diorama. And so here we go. You've got the artwork here. This is a lovely bit of artwork by, I think it's by Adam Tooby, is it? So maybe somebody can correct me on that one. The code number is A05330. Okay. On the so excuse me, I'm still trying to get over the cold. You still got on the long edge here, you've got all your warnings, and it was tooled in. I think I have heard it was tooled in 2013. Got here Decals by Cartograph as well. On the short edges you get the artwork again as usual, and on this side and on this edge you've got a sort of a brief history, and you've also got CAD images of each little bit, each little mini kit here as well, as well as your paints as well. Skill level 2, and you've also got two flying hours as well. So okay, on the back you've got all the vehicles, bombs. You've got a ladder, you've got a bike, you've got a motorcycle, you've got two bombs there, you've got bomb, so £8,000 bomb here, you've got bomb trolleys, you've got a tractor, you've got a trestle, you've got the standard light utility vehicle, better known as Tilly, and you've got the field Bowser, water Bowser, or anything like that. But here, you've got two versions of the Bedford truck. Okay, you can either do this one, the MWD, or you can do this one, which is the MWC, which is the fuel truck, and I probably might do this one when I come around to doing it. So it does say that please note that either the MWC or the MWD version of the Bedford can be built from parts in this kit. So what that's basically saying is you can do one or the other, you can't do both. Right? And it does also say here, as the air war over occupied Europe progressed and developed, so did the equipment used by the RAF and Bomber Command. Specialist vehicles were introduced to supply arms and equipment to the waiting machines, and maintenance tasks were made easier through the introduction of specialist equipment. The mechanisation of these tasks and duties is well represented in this set. While not as glamorous as their flying counterparts, the contribution played by the trucks, tractors and vans, as well as the men that crewed them, cannot be forgotten. And I couldn't agree more with that. I mean, they played an important and vital role in the fight against Nazi Germany. So there we go. Right, so let's get this unboxing. Let's get it open. I've not seen this. Okay, it's been in my stash for quite a while, but I've not seen it. So there we go. Right. It's a side opening box, if I can get my fingers in. I've got to get this up and open up because the. There we go. Right. There we go. We've got one bag of sprues. And we've got a set of decals. So there we go. Yeah, excuse me for if I'm coughing again because I'm still trying to get over a cold. So, and you've got instructions here, and we'll go through those in a minute. Okay. So let's get that out of the way. And as I say, we've got one bag of sprues. Okay, so I will be back in a moment. Okay, so we'll go through the instructions first. Okay. On the front page, you've got your history on the front there. And you've also got a little website. You've got a website here that says, for more information on the Tilly, please visit www.tillyregister.com. I think I might do that actually to see what there is. Let's try and get as much information as I can on the Tilly. So that'd be great. Here you've got a continuation of what's on the front page. Okay, you've got in English, French, German, Spanish and Swedish. Assembly instructions are in multiple languages again on page 3. And you got assembly icons, instructions as well at the bottom of page 3 there. And also, as always with Airfix, you should wash the sprues in warm soapy water, okay, which is something I always do. Okay, right, we are starting with the Bedford truck. Okay, so here you're doing the chassis. In step 2, you're putting the driver. You're putting in the cab compartment as well. You've got a little decal there that goes in for the dashboard, and that in turn goes all together with on the chassis. Okay. Okay, and then you put the back of the chassis, or so back of the cab onto the chassis as well. So that goes, there. And then step 5, you're actually putting on one of the axles. I think it's the front axle, so I might be wrong. Here in step 7, you're going to here you're putting the wheels onto the axles. Okay. As well as actually you're putting in the suspension as well, so that's that part there. And then in step 8, you're putting together the bonnets and the front radiator, and also you're putting in the clear part here as well. So, but you're also putting in the clear part here. Okay, so that goes in there, and then you mask off the clear part, so that when you come to paint it, it's all there, ready and waiting for you. And also you're putting in the bonnet as well on step 9. Step step 11, you're putting it on the side doors. You can now here you've got the option to either leave them open or to have them closed. Okay, so you've got an option there. In steps 12 through to 14, you're putting the roof of the cab on. Okay, so that's 12 to 14. And then, if you go on to page 6, you've got the option of doing the cargo version or the fuel tank. Excuse me. Okay, and as I say, I'll probably be doing this one anyway. So there we go. And then you carry on. Step 19. Again, you're doing whatever you choose to do. So I'll probably do B, the B version. Again, as I've said before already. Okay, so there we go. So that's the Bedford truck, and then we move onto the Tilly. So in step 1, you put in the back end. You're actually putting in the cab and the rear end of the. Sorry, you'll have to excuse the background noise. So you'll have to. So there you go. You're putting on the sides there of the Tilly, and then in step 2, you're putting on the back. Step 3, you're putting on the chassis underneath that. And then in step 4, you're putting in the passenger and driver seats. Okay. Step 5, you're putting on the bonnet in the front radiator, and that all goes over the the front wheel arches. In step 7, you're putting in which I think might be a clear part. Okay, so that's the windscreen there, because I think it's all in the clear part. And I've seen videos on YouTube about this anyway, because they put most of the most parts in as part of the clear parts, if you catch my meaning. That then in turn attaches to the front bonnet, and then that in turn goes onto the chassis. So there we go. All right. And then in step 10, you're putting on the front axle, and the wheels go on in step 11. And step 12 as well. Okay, so there you go. And then with the doors, you've got the choice of putting the of having the doors open or the doors closed again. So I might, but then okay, and then in step 14, you're actually putting on the roof. Okay. And then that all attaches to the van. Okay. and here you've got the completed model. And I think you've got the same thing for here as well. There we go. Right. Right, on page 10, we're starting on the tractor. Okay. And so here you're putting together the axle. And then step 2, you're putting on the chassis. And then steps 3 and 4, you're attaching the front bonnets to the wheel arch, to the wheel arches there. And then and then step 5, you're putting in whatever this bit is, okay. And then in step 6, you're attaching that to the chassis as well. And then in step 7, you're putting what looks to be a winch or something. And then step 8, you're putting in the driver's seat. And then step 9, you're just going back, you'll be putting in this winch thing, and that goes on the back of the driver's seat. Step 10, you're putting in the wheels at the back, and then step 11, you're putting it on the front. You're putting on the front wheels as well. And in step 12, you're putting on what looks to be a light there. And then in step 13, you're putting on what looks to be like a tow bar for the bomb trolleys, and as well as the steering wheel. And here you've got what looks to be what is the finished model. Then on page 11, you're moving. So there's 13 steps here. 15 here for the chili, and then 20 for the Bedford truck. Okay, so that's that out of the way. Right, next up, you're doing the fuel bowser. Okay. So you're putting in what looks to be like a fuel dispenser here. And then you put on the covering in step 2, and then that in turn in step 3 goes over what you've done in steps 1 and 2. And then in step 4, you've got what looks to be, you're putting in an axle, which allows the bowser to be, which allows the bowser to turn. Okay. And then in step 5, you're putting on the chassis. And then in step 6, you're putting on the back doors. Now, it doesn't specifically say, but you can leave these open if you wanted to, but I don't know if I'll do that or not, so see how it goes. And then in step 7, you're putting on the wheels. Okay, so that is so you're putting on the wheels. So the step 7, still with the oil valves. Now here we go. Here we go. Right, you put the back doors on, either closed or in the open position. So, so I might do that actually. I might leave the doors open anyway. And then you've got the tow bar here. And then you've got the tow bar there. So and that is the completed model. Right, on page 13, you're doing the trestle. Okay, so you've got the choice here. You can either have it freestanding, or you can have it with. If you're going to have it freestanding, then you need to put it with this part down at the same level as the wheels, or you can have it as part of just slightly off the ground and have it being towed by the Bedford truck. So and then and then part F17 here is where goes on under the bottom there in order for the wheels to go on. Okay, and then step 4, you're putting the wheels on as well. Okay, also if you go back to step 3, you're going to put on this platform right at the very top so that the workmen can have a look and see what the engines are. And that is the completed model at the bottom there. And then on page 14, you've got all your bomb trolley. You got your bombs and bomb trolleys and all that kind of stuff. So you got 6 bombs here to sort out. Okay, and you got another 6 of these as well. This, I'm assuming, is the 8,000 pound bomb. Well, you got a choice of, well, it looks as if that could be a smaller one there. And then you got your wheels and your trolley for step 5. And then if you're doing the one for step 3, you put that one or that one on. And then in step 7, you're actually putting the trolleys on. You're putting the trolley, the actual another trolley together. So there's about another in step 7, and then in step 8, whichever bombs you're doing, you could you either put this one on from step 1 and this one from step 2. Okay. Then in steps 9 and 10, you put working together on the you put working together on the motorbike. And then step 12, you got the fuel drum together. Step 11, you're actually putting the step ladder together as well. So that makes so you're putting the step ladder together. All right, you can either have it in its operable position, or you can have it in its stow position. Step 13, you're putting the incendiary bombs together, but it does depend on whether if you're putting it or what type of bombs you want on the aircraft, because the Lancaster can carry can carry in as much as it can, really. And then step 14, you've got the bicycle, you've got toolbox, jerry can, and chocks as well. So, and so on and so forth. And then you've got all your colour call-outs. And I've got, and it's saying here that you need to put in dark earth number 29, matte black, and matte khaki gel. Okay, so and matte khaki gel. So this will be something for my paint pens. Okay, this is mid 1943. This is okay. So RAF Bomber Resupply Vehicles, Bomber Command, Royal Air Force, mid 1943. Okay, so there we go. That's the instructions. Right, let's have a look at the frame, shall we? Okay, so right, I'm going to have to. Right, we have. I have to be careful here because I'm not sure if there's any parts that have come off. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of 5 sprues and one bag of clear parts. Let's have a look at. Let's go through these in no particular order, shall we? So, well, this is the frame that's got the oil drum and the trestle and bomb trolleys and that kind of stuff. So there you go, look at that. I like the detail on it, I really do. So that's the so here you got, I think this might be the £8,000 bomb, I think, judging by the look of it. Just got to be a bit careful here because that looks as if it might come off, so just got to be a bit careful there. And also you got little bits of flash here as well, so got to be a bit careful with him. And these are bent as well by the sound of things as well. You've got to be a bit careful when you cut them off. Okay. Okay, and you've got nubs here as well. That's got to come. They got to come off as well. Okay, so there you go. That's the bombs and bomb trolleys and that kind of stuff. Okay, so there we go. Right, here we go. Right, this is the frame 4. That's frame B. That is for the. This is for the Bedford truck. Okay. So I like the idea of. So this is going to be pretty tiny. If so, here you've got the choice of. This is the fuel tank. I'm just looking for the other part. I can see where the other part is. There we go. So this is for the fuel tank, and this is for the cargo version. If you've got it, if you're doing the cargo version, all right. You've also got the bicycle on here as well. You've got the spare wheel for the. You got the spare wheel for the truck, and you also got the 4 wheels. And notice that they're all weighted as well. So there we go. So that's all for the parts of the for the Bedford truck. I'll just bring this up close to you. So there we go. There we go. Right, that's that one out of the way. Right. Okay, this is for the. So here we go. We've got the. So this is the other half of the fuel tank, anyway. But most of it is for the Tilly truck. Okay, so there we go. Let's have a look at the. There you go. You got the chassis there. You got the. Look at the texture on that. I mean, that is just gorgeous. Really like it. I mean, the detail on the roof is just amazing. And then you've got the steering wheel here, you've got the spare wheel here, and again you've got the weighted tyres for the Tilly. There you go. So that's that. There you go. So that's the Tilly frame. Spruce E, right. Right, let's have a look at this one. This is frame D. This is the one that's got all the bombs on it in the bomb tractor. Okay. Got 2 front wheels here, and you've got the 2 back wheels And you've got what looks to be the winch there as well. The driver's seat. So there we go. So look at that. I mean, that is the detail on this is just brilliant. Okay, there we go. So that is frame D. And the last frame is the one for the frame E, which is the one for the field Bowser. And also for the incendiary bombs as well. There you go. Well, again, look at the detail on it. It's just gorgeous. It really is. Okay, these are the back doors, and these are the open back doors. Okay, so you've got your choice there. That's that. I see. That's for the. That's the part that goes in here, and you got 4 weighted wheels there as well. So that's all good. And this is the part that actually goes in on the inside, and you've got your tow bar here as well, and then you've got your tank. Fuel tank or water tank or whatever it is. Okay. All right. So there we go. So that is frame E. Right. Let's have a look at the clear parts. So there we go. Right, here's the clear parts. Now this is what I mean by see here. You need to go and paint. You need to mask off. This is for the front of the telly. So what you need to do is to mask off the windscreen there, and paint the and paint the rest of it, and you also need to do the same. This is also for the Bedford truck as well. You need to mask off. You need to mask off these bits here, where my fingers are, and just paint the rest of it. Okay, so there we go. But and this is the that's the top of the tilly, so you can see that there. And you do the same again here, because I think these are for the tilly, these bits here, and these are for the Bedford. Okay. So it will be a bit of a challenge, but will be a challenge, but we'll do it, and we'll get it done with diligence and and so on and so forth. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put these back in the frames, so back in the bag for a moment, and then we'll have a look at the decals in a minute. Okay, so I'll be back in a bit. Right, let's have a look at the decals, shall we? Let's have a look. Look at that. Really nice and crisp. So you got there you go. You got decals here for your bomb, for the £500 and £1,000 medium capacity bombs. You got a decal here for the oil Bowser. You got your decals here for the £4,000 high capacity bomb, and decals here for the £8,000 bomb. And also you got decals here for the incendiary bombs as well. I probably won't use the incendiary bombs, okay, if I'm being honest. I'll have a look to see what bombs I will need for the Lancaster when I build the Lancaster. Okay, so you got decals here for your David Brown tractor, you got decals here for your standard Tilly, and also for the Bedford truck as well. Okay, so, but these are really good. So there you go, that's the decals. Also, I forgot to mention, you've got your colour callouts here for the for all your for the bomb trolleys and the tractor, and so on and so forth. So there you go, and also you the placement of the decals as well. Okay. Guys, the one thing that really surprised me with the kit is the lack of figures in there. So what I've done, I've been onto eBay, and I've gone and bought a pack of one of these. These are 1/72 scale figures. Okay, they're resin printed. Okay, so, and I think it looks as if I've got a officer, RAF officer here. So, I'll tell you what, if I just get my nippers, I'll just go and cut round. There we go. And there we have our RAF officer. So just got to be a little bit careful as to how I get him off, because all right, but I'll keep him on for now, and I'll just So there you go. That's about the size of the figures that you get in 1/72 scale. So I'll keep him like that for now. And I think personally that the figures will make the diorama look good, will stand out, so to speak. So there we go. So I'll pop him back in. In fact, I'll put him in there, and then. So that's what we've got. So I think figures of maintenance crew and bomber crew as well will help as well. So there we go. I thought I'd show you what these, because what I intend to do is to actually put figures in. Okay, so there we go. That's all part, and I'll just put this in the bin. So, because I got those off eBay, really. So I'm really looking forward to doing this diorama. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Well, guys, that's it for this unboxing video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry, I look a bit untidy. There we go. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to building the RAF bomber resupply set. Okay. Speaking of which, this is going to go out every Wednesday. Okay. So I will be filming that every Sunday. So okay, so there we go. And for the weekend videos on the Sunday, I'll be doing this one. Okay, I'll be doing this kit. It's the Avro Lancaster Mark III. There will be no unboxing video because there's already one on the channel. Okay, and then so when I come to start building it, I'll leave a link in the description below for that. Not just for this one, but also for this one as well. Okay, so there we go. So there you have it. So yeah, glad to be making a start on this diorama. So it's something that I've had in the pipeline for quite a while, and I feel now going to get the chance to do it. I'm just waiting on World Scenics to get me diorama base. Okay, I have got one, but it's not really for the size that I want, really. So it's not really, because I don't know how big this diorama is going to be. Okay, because obviously I want to include the Lancaster. Okay, so in the meantime, guys, thanks ever so much for watching. If you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up, why don't you? Also comment, subscribe, and share the videos as well, please. So in the meantime, guys, join me on Sunday for part 1 of the Lancaster diorama version. Okay, so I will see you soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.